Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Gallery Theater Presents, where we give you a sneak peek on what's coming up next at our favorite live local theater here in McMinnville, Gallery Theater, right off of Ford Street. My name is Lance Nutman, and with me today are cast and crew members from the next production that is coming up July 18th through August 3rd, The Curious Savage. With me are members of the cast and crew. I have Tanya Nichols, our director. We have Sasha Horning and Lisa Lindman, who are cast members. Thank you all for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, for those of us who are not familiar, from what I understand, The Curious Savage is kind of a long-lived play. It's been in production for a long time, starting like from the 50s to the 80s. It was continually being produced. Is that correct, Tanya?
It is. It was written in 1950, and then it was in the top 10 of America's produced plays for all of the 50s, and then the next decade it was in the top 10 as well, all the way through the 80s. So it had a 40-year run in top 10. And then it was sort of reached a point of saturation. You know, everyone had seen it, and so it sort of fell by the wayside. And it has been, I mean, it's been done periodically over the years, but in the last 10 years, I'd say there's been more of a resurgence of theaters trying it again. So
interesting. So, what was your first experience with The Curious Savage?
My first experience with The Curious Savage was seeing it on a shelf when I was in high school, and I was encouraged to read the entire shelf. And I would continuously skip that name because the title sounded odd to me. And it was definitely the age of judge a book by its cover, and I thought that just sounds like a weird thing. And I knew that it had been done and done and done. And I thought, you know, I was more interested in plays that hadn't been so prevalent. And then later in life, when I realized that I was the same age that I thought that the play was too old, and that I probably still had things to say, it was worth taking a look at. So I've really enjoyed my time with the play. 7 years ago, I produced it with a high school theater group, and have wanted a chance to redo it with an age-appropriate cast since then.
Very nice. Yeah. And you said 7 years ago you produced it with high school.
Yes.
Give us a little rundown of your CV, of your cred, because you've got quite an extensive knowledge of theater.
Sure. So I went to college for both theater and English. So that was a dual major, and then began teaching both English and drama at the high school level. And then I went back to school and got my master's in directing so that I could have more cred, I guess, when it comes to directing, and to be able to do shows in LA and work at the college level as well. So worked with college students, but then I also worked with independent theaters there.
Wow. Very nice.
Yeah.
And so, as a member of the local McMinnville community now, you got the opportunity and plucked this one off the shelf, as it were?
Yes. No, it's one that I think is perfect for a community, and so to be involved in a community theater, to do it, it's a play that really speaks to the elements of a community and how people can come together for the best good of those around them. And I think it's perfect for the McMinnville setting, and just the way that I have experienced McMinnville, and the way that people really do care about one another and try to bring out the best good in one another. I think that this play really celebrates that.
Nice. So for those of us who are not aware or had passed up on a bookshelf ourselves, can one of you tell us what this show is about?
Sure. Sasha, take that one.
Yeah. So like Tanya said, it's set in the 1950s, and it is about a recently widowed woman who has come into the family estate more so than she already was. So she has accumulated $10 million, and she is now trying to disperse this money in a creative fund through a memorial fund of her husband's. And she is coming to blows with her 3 stepchildren who want to also inherit said fund and not let it disperse into the world and cause good. They would rather selfishly maintain that wealth and maintain the family estate. And so it's this big waging war between a woman and her stepchildren over money, set in a beautiful 1950s sanatorium. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. It gives us a really good glimpse into humanity and the polarizing push and pulls of good versus evil, and who we think should be in the sanatorium and who should really kind of be judged in society. And so it's kind of all through this beautiful setting that we get to see the ins and outs of good and bad.
And I would add to that the setting is because the children have placed her in a sanitarium until she would confess to where she has placed the money. So it becomes a goose chase to find it. And while she is in the sanatorium, she meets the people who are in what they call the cloisters. And those are the people who are at various stages of treatment. And so what's lovely about the show is the people who we would deem unfit for society are truly lovely people. And the people who are outside pulling the strings and puppeteering are the ones that we would not choose to live with. And I feel that that's really relevant in today's times, when you think about who has power and how are they wielding it, and who has been disenfranchised, and how would we reabsorb them into productive spaces. So I think that tension is still very relevant. And the actresses I have with me play both sides. So Lisa plays one of the characters who's in the sanatorium, and she plays a young girl a woman who has arrested development. So she thinks of herself as a girl, and her name is Fairy.
Fairy May.
Fairy May. And she's played as a girl who actually believes she's a fairy. So so she has these very childlike, beautiful qualities about her. And Sasha plays Lily Bell, who is one of the savage children and is quite a deplorable character.
Yeah.
Yes.
A nice counterpoint to our Fairy May here.
Yeah.
So.
Very nice. As someone who has played some deplorable characters, yum.
Yummy. Yeah, it's just delicious.
Absolutely. How many stepchildren are there?
There are 3 of us.
Okay.
So I like to say that I'm the point of the triangulation of the savage children. So I have an older brother senator, a younger brother judge, and I'm in the middle with no job and just a lot of chaos.
And a tiara.
Oh, and a tiara.
Yeah, let's not forget that. Yes.
Just 'cause?
You have to watch the show to
Okay,
find
yes,
out.
absolutely. See?
She has a tiara
This is
on.
how we set it up. How big is the cast overall?
There's 11 members.
Oh, wow. That's and this is in the Arena Theater, by the way, in the black box area, not the main stage. So having a cast of 11 people in that small space is something to speak of.
It is, and the third act culminates in the chaos scene. And the chaos scene is all the players at once moving about the stage, and it's the big money hunt scene, and it's fabulous to have that much going on
Live
in
in
such
action.
a small space.
Yeah. So who are some of the other cast members that are not with us here today?
So Sasha's siblings are played by Soren Smithrud and
John Olson / Dave Ferry.
Yep.
I have a double cast older brother. We get a lovely split in our season where we'll start with John Olson as our lead senator, and then we'll have Dave Ferry culminating the season with us. And so it's a lot of fun kind of playing with the 2 dynamics of an older brother. And then Soren and I just get to have a lot of fun with that. We are then flanked with Beck Hazel as our leading lady.
Yes.
She's our Mrs. Savage.
Yeah.
And she is, she's so much fun. It's her big role, and she
Right.
has taken it on so wonderfully. And she's just settled into the beautiful humanity of Mrs. Savage, and she really just takes you to this place where you want her to win.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Savage is living out some of her latent wild dreams herself. So she, one of the notorious parts of the play is that Mrs. Savage is played with blue hair because she has just decided to do something crazy. So Beck has committed fully to the role, and she is in the process of having her hair changed to bright blue
Yep.
Wow.
for the role. So
So she'll be easy to spot at the local grocery store or the park.
if you see Beck, congratulate her on her role.
Wow. And speaking of changes, physical changes, I know there's another cast member who I've worked with that also made a couple little
Yeah.
changes to his
Yes.
physical appearance as well.
Well, we've had quite a few men with severe haircuts, I would say, just
Yeah.
because.
And facial.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Full
to get
pullbacks.
appropriate for the time. So Kevin Folgate was previously in Fiddler, and he was cast because he auditioned and did a good job auditioning, but also because when I saw him in Fiddler and I saw that he could learn the bottle dance, I knew that he could also learn the things he needed to learn for our show. And so it was nice to be able to see him sort of audition through the process of previous shows, because sometimes you have to show what you can accomplish. But Kevin previously had long hair, and it is much shorter now.
Yes.
So, so he plays one of the members of the Cloisters along with Lisa. We have Obie Williams, who plays what would
Hannibal.
be, yes, Hannibal, the modern equivalent to someone with autism. We have,
Florence.
yeah, Florence, who's played by Beth
Williams.
Is I giving your last name? And she's also new to gallery, so she'll be
No,
making-
sorry, Beth Moore, Florence
Moore.
Williams.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we just switched this
Yeah.
up
So
for you
Let me
guys.
recorrect
wait.
that one. We have the character of Florence Williams,
Williams.
played by Beth Moore.
I was like, wait a
Yeah.
second.
She's lovely, lovely person.
Yes, so also new to gallery.
Yep.
And she plays a woman who lost a child, and she believes that a doll that she carries as a replacement is real. So, and she does such a beautiful job with that, and
Yep.
you want to believe it with her just for her sake. So, yeah.
And then we have Kathy Willoughby as Mrs. Patty, who is a woman who, through war times, has now come out with selective mutism. And all of that comes around that. So we have very, very select and few lines from her, but very, very important
Yes.
drivers for what's going on inside of her.
And I would say for those who've seen Kathy Willoughby in the past, because she's done a lot of shows at gallery and surrounding theaters, but this is really high-level work that she's doing, because I think to play a character without lines is much harder than people would think, and it's a very complex character without lines, and without significant lines in terms of number. But she stays very active throughout the entire piece, and you can see the wheels turning, and you can tell sort of where she's going and what she likes and she doesn't like and who she's upset with. And I'm really proud of the work she's done with it, and I'm excited for people who've seen her do other things come and see this really, arc in her capability, and a real yin to the yang of other roles that she's had, where she's a leading person and she has, so much line load to work with, and to be able to see her hold her own on the other end, I think is really fabulous.
If you're somebody who's in the theater space and want someone to look for on stage, she's a really good indicator of what the emotion is and the subtext. She really kind of cues you into what else is happening. So if you're looking around the stage, obviously you've got the main action, but she is a really fun person to follow, to just kind of get that little bit more. So it's a little tidbit for you.
A nice lens for the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've noticed that it's a very tough lesson to learn that there is power in silence. So
Yes.
to give an actor that kind of just meat and potatoes to work with it's rare. So
Yes.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So Lisa, on the opposite side of that, you get to play somebody who thinks they're a child, or
Yes.
what is that like?
It's fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah, I fell in love with her as soon as I read the script. She's hilarious and just genuine and fun. And yeah, it's been such a pleasure being able to encompass that role. Yeah.
That's great.
And jump around a lot, and cannot wear high heels in this role. I'll just say that.
Well, I don't know a lot of young people that do wear high heels, other than their parents. So I guess you're on point.
Yeah.
So this sounds like, on the surface you might think it's one thing, but it sounds like there's a lot of different things. It's a
Yes.
comedy. There's some very dramatic, deep moments going on. What kind of audience would you expect to see, like age appropriate wise?
I would say it's age appropriate for age 5 to 105. I really can't think of someone who wouldn't benefit from seeing The Curious Savage and enjoy it. It really is a universal appeal. It's very funny, so it covers the comedic side. But then there's those serious, poignant parts to it that make you, come away more enriched. And I think that balance is lovely. That it helps to open up an audience to be able to laugh, so that when the more serious moments hit, that you're already emotionally available for them. And I think that an audience experiencing this will come away just really excited to have been there. I believe in it enough that I offered a director's money-back guarantee for anybody who does not enjoy the show, because
Wow.
because I really think that it's a show for everyone, and I would rather people take the risk and come and try it, instead of saying, well, I don't know if that's for me. I say, well, then come sit in a chair and find out if that's for you. And I think it really is. It's something that everyone can enjoy, and I believe that whoever you see the show with matters as well. If you see it with friends, you'll feel a stronger kindred moment with them. If you see it with a loved one, it's a great date night. It's a great family night. Friends. I think it's like invite your friends from Bible study. Because there's nothing in it that's embarrassing. There's nothing in it that's morally conflicted. Of I can't believe we saw that together. It's like it's not Book of Mormon. I'll say that. But I really do think that there's a lot in there for men to enjoy. There's a lot in there for women to enjoy. And that kids have a great time as well. And we've tried to put a lot of different levels into the show in terms of what people will get and won't get, because I feel like if you leave things for all levels in there, everyone enjoys it, and it doesn't matter whether you got all the bits or not. And for people who want to get all of them, then they need to come a second night. So yeah, we're really hoping to drive that desire to come back and see it so that you can pick up more than you caught the first time.
Plus, you need to come and see the 2 Tituses. So there is an opportunity to see a very different show 2 times over.
Oh, we have another new debut to gallery, Sarah Monk.
Yes.
So I was going to go back to that. We have Sarah Monk as our Miss Willie, and we have Stan Smith, who is our Dr. Emmett. So these are our cloister staff that kind of help provide that middle line of morality between the inside and the outside world. So those are our other 2 cast members. And I was going to say, to your point as well, that I think it's a really great show for both veterans of the theater and also for newcomers to the theater. Like Tanya said, there's lots of levels in it. So for a veteran theater goer, you're going to hit all of the classics. You're going to have your laughing moments, your crying moments, the moments where you come together as an audience, and the moments where you feel like you're in your own little bubble as well. And for someone who's new and never seen something, there's so many little vignettes that you just get to pick up on. There's a subplot, if you will, in the second act. That's a lot of fun for someone who's new to theater, to be able to watch a physical prop move around, and it helps you kind of follow the storyline. So for someone who hasn't seen as much theater, I do invite you to come because it is really inviting, and there's just so much in it.
Yeah.
It sounds like you've crafted around a already strong show, a very strong cast that is very passionate about what they're doing up there. So bravo.
Thank you. No, the cast has been lovely. I've just really enjoyed each of them. I feel like we started early, and we did the first month that we had the script, we just did character work. So we were really working on, our motives and why we did things. And we met at my house, and we had, the team that was the siblings worked together, and the team that was in the cloisters worked together, and the doctors and nurses went between them, just sort of like they would within the show. And finding those moments of who they were as characters, the backstory work. And then Sasha she's a deep diver, so she went and got a lot of research for us from the Times, and we were able to, just really take a look at what sanatoriums were like and what the high-end sanatorium was like versus a public institution, which is named in the show several times. But this is the type of place that Rosemary Kennedy would have been, versus anyone else in the common public. But those places existed, and I think that there's some embarrassment to the American history that we treated people with mental health issues the way that we did. And I think there's also reason to celebrate the growth since then, and ask ourselves if we've come far enough and what else we could do. So that's an interesting counterpoint to that. But as far as the research we've done, it's been really bonding for the cast, because as you learn things together, you grow together. And so this is a cast that, rehearsal's over and they're still in the theater 2 hours later because they just want to hang around together. And Tuesday nights they're out doing karaoke together. And we had a puppy party at my house the other night because I raise puppies, so everybody was just there holding puppies and hanging out. And it's it's just a cast that really loves to be together. And then when they're on stage, they work really hard because they care about each other's performance and they want everyone to look their best. And so that synergy has just been really, really awesome. And we have a great tech crew too. we have Bridger with us, and he has been he's new to the tech side in his second role as stage manager, and just a lovely, lovely person to work with. He's showed up every time he was called and every time he wasn't, and just done all the things that a director would want to know that they were getting support-wise. And I feel like on opening night, when I hand the show over to him and I step back and become an audience member, that it's in great hands and it's going to have a great run. So
He's already been there with us, so
Yeah.
as someone who's worked with stage managers before, that's the person that you bother before you work up the line to your big boss here. And every time you call, every time you're asking a question, it's being received, it's being answered, and so everybody's just in their roles symbiotically, and it's
Very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an easy job.
So for those of you that haven't seen a gallery show, this sounds like it's a great way to dip your toe in the water and see a really strong cast putting on something they have a great passion for. I just want a quick little thing that I've noticed. Your set is gorgeous. It will take you right there. To wrap things up, we are talking to the cast and crew of The Curious Savage, which runs at Gallery Theater from July 18th to August 3rd. We have performances on Friday and Saturday night at 7:30, and we have Sunday matinees at 2 o'clock. If you are interested in seeing this show, please, please, please come visit us. You will have a great time, I guarantee you. I would like to thank Tanya Nichols. Thank you very much for
Thank you so
putting
much.
this all together. And Sasha Horning and Lisa Lindman. And most of all, I'd like to thank you, our audiences, who come to see our shows and see all the hard work that we all put into this. This is community theater, but you wouldn't know it. We hear it all the time, and we do it just because we love it, and we love telling stories, and we love sharing those stories with our local community. So please come visit us, have some fun with us, and until next time, I'll see you at the theater.